Boy, get that out of here. It's October 15th and I live in Texas. It is not supposed to be cold out right now, but it's like 40 degrees and to me, that's really freaking cold. I'm shivering. But anyways, the newest episode of Beyblade vs. Chouzetsu was super awesome and I just had to talk about it. So let's get right into it. Now, before I start, I just gotta say spoilers ahead. So if you don't want to have the episode spoiled for you, I would not watch this because I am going to be spoiling it and talking about it. So go and try and watch the episode on your own first. So last episode, we saw AIGA beat Vault and break winning Valkyrie, and that was kind of it. And then towards the end, he was preparing to battle Fi, kind of just like by himself. And in this episode, it starts off, they are battling, and surprisingly, AIGA wins. He's able to break the armor off of Revive Phoenix pretty early, and then the same move that knocked out Buster Excalibur from the tournament, where you saw the armor come down and Revive Phoenix attack at like the exact same time, that burst Buster Excalibur just a few episodes ago. But that did not phase ACHILLES. Really, it didn't do enough damage. And then eventually, ACHILLES is able just to bust through Revive Phoenix and win the battle. And then he kind of just like faints after that. Fi is obviously surprised. I don't think Fi was going full on 100% here. So I don't think that Fi is like going to be losing to AIGA every time. I don't think he tried super hard. So he'll definitely come back and do a lot more damage later on in the show. And then after that, not really too much interesting stuff happens. I know AIGA kind of battles like Fubuki and like Ranjiro a little bit as like training, and that kind of sucks how Fubuki at least is kind of just being discarded. AIGA is able to beat him effortlessly. Not really too much happens, but we do have the introduction of Hearts a little bit, and he's the owner of Dead HADES. We have that towards like the middle-ish beginning of the episode where you kind of see that he's obviously evil. But at the end of the episode, Hearts challenges AIGA on like a grand scale, and the battle, like it only shows you half the battle. The next episode we're getting the rest of the battle. But the first part of the battle, guys, was it wasn't really shocking, but it was really awesome how they did it. So they are battling, and AIGA goes super try hard right at the beginning. Hearts goes super try hard right at the beginning. And they haven't been like doing little hits and swirling around for 5 minutes. This is literally like 30 seconds into the battle. They go in for a clash, and then Hearts just breaks through ACHILLES and just absolutely just demolishes him, bursts him. It is super sick seeing that. Because AIGA was like full on like evil looking. He had this whole aura around him, but Hearts was just way too strong. Now I think Hearts is actually the younger brother of Fi, unless they're either twins or he's the younger brother. I always get mixed stories about it, or I'm just not researching it right. But I think he's the younger brother. He also has heterochromia, which one of his eyes is a different color. You know, Fi has the red and blue. Hearts is green and red, I believe. And he has the white hair. Like, I think almost all cool characters have white hair now. I think Shu is so popular that they were just like, Takara was just like, you know what? Every character that's awesome needs to have white hair. Because we had Suo, we have Fi, now we have Hearts, just to name a few. So kind of interesting how they all have white hair. But yeah, guys, Dead HADES is able just to absolutely just burst ACHILLES super easily, and I don't know how they're going to do it, because I think, I can't really understand Japanese, but I think that what they did is they are setting Hearts up as a challenger to the belt, like to the world champion. So I think that if AIGA actually loses this battle, he won't be world champion anymore. It'll be Hearts. So it'll be really interesting to see. I don't think that AIGA is going to win, because they can't just introduce Hearts as being kind of like a malevolent character and being kind of evil, and then just kind of have him just lose. That would really suck. But also, Dead Hades is really, really awesome. They show off the layer a little bit, like the 3D CGI image of it, and it's really, really cool. Shows off the frame, the fact that it is reversible, which is pretty awesome. And then Zephyr Dash, which is just Zephyr with a better spring. But I like Zephyr a lot. Oh, and then one more thing that I thought this was really, really cool imagery. I really liked how they showed this off. I think everybody's been thinking this for a while. But towards the end of the episode, you do see Vault, and he's just kind of sitting there. He's by himself in like a room, and he's thinking, and he gets an image of AIGA's eye, like kind of like half of his face, and then it swaps to Shu's eye, and it's obvious that it's Shu because of the white hair and like the red eyes, and that's setting up like a parallel like comparison to the fact that, you know, Shu was possessed by Spriggan basically, and now we have AIGA who is basically possessed by Achilles, and I really, really like how it's setting that up. Not just letting fans think about it, but in the actual show, we're seeing a comparison by Vault of Shu comparison to AIGA. So hopefully that means that maybe Shu will pop in the next, 5 to 6 or 7 episodes, probably closer to November, later in November, and can maybe come in and save AIGA from being possessed. Have like a whole like intervention. That'd be so cool. Anyways, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this little review / recap of the latest episode of Beyblade Burst Chouzetsu. I think I'm gonna go eat some soup because I am absolutely freezing. But I'll see you guys next time. Have fun and bay away.